The Indiana Fever's 2025 season was a tale of resilience, a journey marked by both hardship and hope. From the very first tip-off, the team knew they were in for a battle, not just against their opponents, but against the doubts and obstacles that seemed to shadow every step. They faced relentless challenges, with many doubting their potential. Critics questioned their ability to compete at the highest level, and every loss seemed to fuel the skepticism. The pressure was immense, and the weight of expectations threatened to overwhelm them. Injuries and changes threatened their rise in the WNBA. Key players were sidelined, and the roster was constantly in flux. The coaching staff had to adapt on the fly, reworking strategies and lineups to keep the team afloat. Every setback felt like a storm they had to weather together. Yet, they stood united, finding strength in their collective spirit. In the locker room and on the court, they leaned on each other, building a bond that grew stronger with every challenge. Their unity became the foundation for everything they accomplished. This wasn't the season Indiana envisioned, but it became a testament to their grit. Every game, win or lose, was a lesson in perseverance. They learned to embrace adversity, using it as fuel to push forward. Despite losing key players, they transformed into a family. The adversity they faced only brought them closer, forging connections that went beyond basketball. They celebrated small victories and supported each other through tough times, never letting setbacks define them. Their bond became their secret weapon, unseen by outsiders. While others focused on stats and standings, the Fever focused on trust, communication, and heart. It was this intangible strength that set them apart. Against all odds, they reached the playoffs, defying expert predictions. Their journey to the postseason was not just about talent, but about belief. Belief in themselves, in each other, and in the possibility of something greater. They weren't just participants, they were fierce competitors. Every possession, every rebound, every defensive stand was a testament to their determination. They played with a fire that inspired everyone watching. Their playoff series against the Atlanta Dream tested their resilience. The games were intense, filled with dramatic moments and high stakes. The Fever refused to back down, meeting every challenge head-on and never losing sight of their goal. This is the story of how belief led to a historic victory. Through teamwork and sheer willpower, they achieved what many thought impossible, etching their names into the history books. It's about more than basketball. It's about a team that refused to quit. Their journey became a symbol of hope and perseverance, inspiring fans and communities far beyond Indiana. They showed the world that belief in each other makes anything possible. The Fever's story resonated with anyone who has ever faced adversity and dared to dream. Their victory was the culmination of a challenging journey. Every sacrifice, every late-night practice, every moment of doubt was worth it when they finally stood together as champions. It was a win for every player, coach, and fan who never lost faith. The celebration was shared by all who believed in the power of unity and perseverance. The Fever's season was a testament to the power of unity. Their story reminds us that when people come together with a common purpose, they can overcome even the greatest storms. They turned adversity into triumph, proving their mettle. The lessons they learned will echo for seasons to come, inspiring future generations of athletes. This was their season of storms, and they emerged victorious, stronger, wiser, and forever united by the journey they shared. The Fever's challenges were daunting. Star rookie Caitlin Clark's season-ending injury was a major blow. Losing her was a huge setback for the team. DeWanna Bonner's mid-season departure shook the locker room. The team had to find new leadership and stability. Injuries piled up, testing their depth. By playoffs, only 10 players were available. 4 were signed to hardship contracts recently. Yet they were held together by belief and determination. They refused to let their season end, despite the odds. The Fever's journey was one of perseverance and unity. The playoff series against Atlanta was a fierce battle, a true test of grit and determination for both teams. Every possession felt like it could tip the scales, and the energy in the arena was electric from the opening tip. Atlanta came out strong and won Game 1, putting Indiana on the defensive and forcing them to dig deep. The Fever knew they had to respond, or their season would end right there. Refusing to back down, the Fever regrouped and fought back in Game 2, showing resilience and heart. Their victory set up a dramatic winner-take-all Game 3. Everything now hinged on this final game. The pressure was immense, with a coveted semifinal spot at stake and the weight of past seasons on their shoulders. A win would mean more than just advancing. It would mark their first playoff series victory since 2015, a milestone the team and their loyal fans had been dreaming of for years. Entering as underdogs, the Fever faced a talented and confident Atlanta team, but they embraced the challenge, knowing that every great story is written by those who dare to defy expectations. For most of the game, the Fever trailed on the scoreboard. At halftime, they gathered in the locker room, searching for answers and inspiration. In that moment, they focused on belief in themselves, in each other, and in the journey that brought them here. They reminded themselves that teamwork and heart could overcome any deficit. The Fever returned to the court with a quiet, steely confidence. They knew the second half was their opportunity to change the narrative. With just 20 minutes left, they had to prove their mettle, to show the world what they were made of when everything was on the line. They needed to be tougher, more connected, and more relentless than ever before. Every play, every rebound, every defensive stop mattered. The Fever were ready for the fight, determined to succeed no matter the odds. Their eyes were set on victory, and their hearts beat as one. This was their chance to create a new legacy, to inspire future generations and prove that perseverance pays off. They wanted to show that every struggle, every setback, and every sacrifice throughout the season had been worth it. The Fever were prepared to defy the odds once more, ready to seize their moment and etch their names into history. The second half of Game 3 revealed the Fever's character. They chipped away at the deficit, possession by possession. Defense tightened, communication improved, and shots were contested. Offensively, they moved the ball with purpose, seeking the best opportunities. Kelsey Mitchell led with 24 points, fearless in her play. Odyssey Sims provided leadership, controlling the game's pace. Bench players brought energy, maintaining the team's intensity. Coach Stephanie White's "we over me" mentality shone through. The Fever's collective effort kept them in the game. Belief grew stronger with each defensive stop and basket. The Atlanta crowd felt the pressure as the Fever hunted for victory. The Fever weathered the storm, ready for a decisive move. They were united, playing with joy and determination. The stage was set for an unforgettable finish. The Fever were poised to make history. With 2:30 left, the Fever trailed, their season on the line. They huddled, determined to be perfect in the final moments. Their defense locked down Atlanta, allowing no points. Every player moved as one, contesting passes and shots. Offensively, they executed a 7-0 run, methodically attacking. They trusted their system and each other, chipping away at the lead. The Fever's focus and intensity were unmatched. They held Atlanta scoreless in the final minutes. It was a championship-level performance from unexpected contenders. The Fever were on the verge of a historic comeback. They had prepared for this moment all season. Their unity and determination were evident. The Fever were ready to seize victory. They had turned the tide, poised for triumph. The Fever's final push was a testament to their resilience. The entire season came down to this one moment. The crowd was on its feet, the tension in the arena almost unbearable. Every fan, every player, every coach knew that the outcome of this final possession would decide everything. Trailing by a single point, the Indiana Fever had the ball with just seconds left on the clock. The pressure was immense, and the weight of the season rested on their shoulders. Odyssey Sims took command, her eyes scanning the defense as she orchestrated the play. She dribbled with purpose, drawing defenders toward her, creating just enough space for her teammates. With defenders closing in, Sims delivered a perfect pass to Aliyahboston. Boston, calm under pressure, finished at the rim, giving the Fever a dramatic lead. With only 7.4 seconds remaining, Indiana surged ahead, 86-85. The bench erupted, but the game was far from over. Atlanta had one final opportunity to snatch victory, but Lexiehull anticipated the play perfectly. Her quick hands and sharp instincts led to a crucial steal, turning the tide for good. Hull's defensive brilliance in that moment was nothing short of game-changing. It was the kind of play that defines champions. With the pressure mounting, Sims stepped to the free throw line and calmly extended the lead, making it a 2-point game. Atlanta raced down the court for one last shot, but their attempt missed as the buzzer sounded. The Fever had held on, winning 87-85 in a heart-stopping finish. The court exploded in celebration. Players hugged, jumped, and let out cries of pure joy as confetti rained down. Against all odds, the Fever had achieved what many thought was impossible. They had toppled the favorites and made history. Their victory was a testament to the power of teamwork, trust, and unshakable belief in one another. The Fever had faced adversity all season long, but together, they overcame every obstacle in their path to glory. This was the moment that would define their season, a highlight that would be replayed for years to come. Through resilience and determination, the Fever rewrote their story, proving that no challenge is too great. Their triumph was more than just a win. It was a historic achievement that inspired everyone watching. The Indiana Fever had shown the world that with heart, belief, and unity, anything is possible. After the buzzer, emotions overflowed. Natashahoward struggled to express the team's joy. Kelsey Mitchell highlighted their mental toughness. They never gave up, embodying the team's fighting spirit. Lexiehull spoke of belief versus outside doubt. "We believed it," she declared, defying skeptics. Coach Stephanie White praised the team's culture. Their selflessness and unity were key to victory. The Fever's win was a reward for their resilience. They had set a new standard for Fever basketball. The team was hungry for more success. Their journey was far from over. The Fever had shown the power of belief. They were ready for the next challenge. The Fever's story was one of triumph against all odds. The Fever's strength extended beyond the court. Injured players like Caitlin Clark became key supporters. Their energy and involvement were contagious. They were extra coaches, fully engaged in the game. Their sideline support exemplified the team's unity. Celebrations were shared by all, on and off the court. The Fever's culture of selflessness was evident. Injuries couldn't break their bond. The Fever's sideline was a vital part of their success. The Fever's journey continues against the Las Vegas Aces. The Aces are a formidable opponent, a powerhouse team. Indiana faces a tough challenge in the semifinals. The Aces have momentum, winning 18 of their last 19 games. The Fever are underdogs once more, but they thrive in this role. The series begins in Las Vegas, a difficult environment. The Fever must bring their defensive intensity and teamwork. Regardless of the outcome, this season is a success. They've overcome adversity and proven their worth. The win against Atlanta was a new beginning. The Fever have set a new standard for themselves. They face the best with nothing to lose. The Fever's belief and unity are their greatest strengths. They are ready to face the Aces with determination. The Fever's journey is far from over, and they aim to continue defying expectations.